Final race from Newmarket then is the Silver Wedding Handicap. It's over 1 mile and 4 furlongs for 0 to 110. Vinnie Gerard has the top 2 weights, Miracle of Narnia and Sensational Strings. Sticky Finder for Ash Munas, Alba Flora, Dan Hughes, Outside Frankie, David Robertson, Easy Excuse, Darren Thompson, Overbearing, Daniel French, Eye Catching and Sweet Eyes for Paul Parsons, Sprightly, David Robertson, Night King, Dan Hughes, and Broadway Grey and Stone Red for Stu Gray. 13 runners then for this one. And the blue skies have turned to grey here at Newmarket. Away they go. And it is the grey Sensational Strings on this near side for Vinnie Gerard, who's one of the first to show. Easy Excuse for Darren Thompson, also disputing the lead early on, but it is Sensational Strings who has it. Trying to get across there to the rail. It's got Night King over there on the rail at the moment for Dan Hughes, and Miracle of Narnia, Vinnie's second horse, settles in behind Sensational Strings, who does have the rail and leads by about 2 to 3 lengths. Eye Catching has now moved up into second. Then comes Miracle of Narnia and Sticky Finder. Behind that is Alba Flora, Sweet Eyes and Outside Frankie. Then comes Night King with Easy Excuse, Overbearing, Sprightly, and the 2 Stu Gray horses at the rear of the field, Broadway Grey and Stone Red. But it's Sensational Strings who leads by about 2 lengths to Eye Catching and Miracle of Narnia. Then comes on the rail Sticky Finder with the Grey Night King on the outside of that one. On the wide outside is Sweet Eyes. In behind Sweet Eyes is Easy Excuse. On the inside of that we have Overbearing. Then comes Alba Flora, Broadway Grey beginning to make a move up the rail. And rear of the field at the moment is Stone Red, but it's still Sensational Strings who leads. There's 7 furlongs left to run. Has about a 4-length gap over Eye Catching and Miracle of Narnia. Night King looking for a run up on the inside. Sweet Eyes coming on this outside, but it's still Sensational Strings. Those leading from Eye Catching and Sweet Eyes, the Paul Parsons pair. Night King the Grey over on the rail, also making a good run, but Sensational Strings still has a couple of lengths advantage over Night King and Eye Catching. Then comes Sweet Eyes. A little gap then back to the rest of the field. There's 5 furlongs left to run, and Sensational Strings still has the lead from Night King. Then comes Sweet Eyes and Eye Catching. Couple of lengths then back to Easy Excuse and Sprightly with Miracle of Narnia. Outside Frankie now our back marker, but Sensational Strings still has the lead. There's just over 3.5 furlongs left to run. Sensational Strings from Night King, Sweet Eyes and Eye Catching. Sensational Strings now being caught by Night King and Sweet Eyes, but it kicks again as it gets to the 3 furlong pole. Sensational Strings for Vinnie Gerard leads by about 3 lengths. Night King comes next with Sweet Eyes. Sprightly making a run on this near side for David Robertson, but they've got to catch Sensational Strings, who still leads by about 4 lengths. Inside 2 furlongs now. It's Sensational Strings from Sprightly, Night King and Sweet Eyes. Sensational String still leading by about 3 lengths from Sprightly on this near side. Night King over on the rail trying to get up as well, but Sensational Strings holding on inside the final furlong, but Sprightly now making a run for David Robertson, and Sprightly it is from Night King. Sprightly on this near side, Night King on the far side, and Sprightly's just going to get up from Night King. Sweet Eyes and Miracle of Narnia, I think Sprightly held on anyway. It's a job to tell on the angle. Looked like it had it, but then Night King came back, the grey, and Sprightly, it says, has just held on from Night King, but could be a dead heat this one. Sweet Eyes ran on for 3rd, and let's have a look and see who they give it to at the end. And Sprightly by 3/4 of a length, which I think is a little bit more than what it was. So David Robertson gets the win. Night King for Dan Hughes in 2nd. Sweet Eyes for Paul Parsons in 3rd. Miracle of Narnia for Vinnie Gerard in 4th. And Alba Flora for Dan Hughes in 5th.